Hey friends, welcome to the Ponds Farmhouse. Today I'm going to be working on a pillow cover, and I have already drawn off a little template to work on a 12 by 12 pillow cover. I am actually using this Sherpa Fabric, and what we're doing is we're just cutting out the shape of a Christmas tree. I don't know if you have seen the Pottery Barn Christmas tree pillow covers, but they inspired me to make this pillow, and I'm actually going to be making two of them to go on my sofa for the holidays. So the very first thing that I'm doing here is just cutting out this Christmas tree design. And one of the tips that I want to share with you is that you want to cut this on the bias. Do not cut this running up and down with the fabric, but actually cut it on the bias seam. And the reason that I'm doing that is when you cut it on the bias, you're going to still have a little bit of fraying and raveling, but nothing like you will if you cut it straight on the grain. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and then once I have it cut out, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and kind of ravel it. Go ahead and kind of pull all the strings and everything that's loose. So, and then trim away any excess. And then you do not have to hem or worry about the pillow fraying after you get it attached to the pillow cover. Also, for today's project, I'm using a purchased pillow cover. I purchased two of them. They're kind of a chenille fabric in green, and I purchased them from Amazon, and I think the two of them together was like $19. However, you could make your own pillow cover if you would prefer. The one on Pottery Barn is actually a beige pillow cover, but I decided I wanted to use like an olive green this year, and so that's what I'm using. So, okay, we've got the Christmas tree cut out, and so the next step is to go ahead and get rid of any excess fraying here. So let me show you how we're going to do that. I'm just going to quickly pull and rough up the edges until I feel like I've got all the loose stuff pulled away from the Christmas tree. Then once you have that, you can kind of go back in with your scissors and just trim off any excess clumps, because you want your tree to look, as smooth as possible. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to attach this to the pillow cover. And so just stay with me. Okay, I decided I wanted to embellish my Christmas tree. And so what I'm using is some gold metallic yarn and a variety of beads. I have gold, I have clear, I have white, I have just different little beads. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking the yarn. I had to use a fairly large needle to thread the yarn through, and then just running these beads onto it randomly. The way I'm doing this is just to give the impression of almost like a tinsel on the Christmas tree. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I'm going to speed it up and let you listen to a little music, because the key thing here is you just want to secure the bead in place. You do not want to just run it on the ribbon and then not secure it. So as you notice here, I've just kind of went back and forth in here until that bead is set, and then I'm going to move on and to do the next piece. And I'm just putting a pretty good gap between each one so that I have the the yarn on there pretty secure. So you don't want it to be too loose, because if someone went to sit on the sofa and sit on the pillow, you don't want it pulling away from it. So let's go ahead and finish this out. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, now we're ready to attach the Christmas tree to the pillow cover. The first thing I did was I added a protective barrier inside the pillow cover, just so that if any of this glue were to seep through, it wouldn't damage the pillow cover. What I did was I just put a piece of wax paper in there, and that's sufficient. So you just want to go all the way around all the edges of your Christmas tree with the permanent fabric glue. Add a little bit to the center, and then once you feel like you've got enough on there, the key is all around the edges, but you want to put a few drops in there to hold it secure in the center, and then just fold that back exactly the way you've laid it out on your pillow cover, so that you can make sure it's on there straight. Then we're going to the bottom. We're just going right back up and doing exactly the same thing that we did a few minutes ago at the top. You just want to be sure that you allow the glue to meet at the where you had folded back the top. Just make sure that you've got glue there too. Again, just securing those edges is the most important part. I don't leave hardly any gaps there, but then just a few drops in the center, and you've got it covered sufficiently. The permanent glue, once it dries, you're not going to have to worry about it at all. So now we're just going to fold that back. Notice we're just going to get it exactly centered up, press it down really, really good, and then all you have to do is just set this aside to dry, and we'll add the pillow insert, and then we're ready to decorate our sofa.